What do you think of this? This is Brian Geltzeiler from yesterday, Sirius XM Radio. Just listen to this, everybody.
What message did the Warriors send the young players that haven't gotten paid on that team? Offense is all that matters. Because the second best player on our team and our best defensive player in that series, Andrew Wiggins, got a $28 million a year extension, and we paid Jordan Poole $35 million a year, who was a one-way player who was not playable for big chunks of time during the finals. Now, if you're Moody and Kuminga, and even to a lesser extent James Wiseman is not there anymore, are you really going to bust it on defense when you know your path to getting the paycheck that you want to get, and as the kids like to say, securing the bag? Okay, is going to end up being that path is through shots and stats. The Warriors just showed you that by paying Poole what they paid him and paying Wiggins what they paid him, and it's made a problem with getting through to the young players to let them understand the importance of being good defensive players, and that's part of my point. Shipping Poole out, doing what you have to. Who cares if you get anything back? You got to get rid of the money anyway. Shipping Poole out will put you in a spot where you can reset the mindset of those two really good, promising young guys you have in Moody and Kuminga, and let them know, listen, guys, we made a mistake. We're not rewarding offense as much as we're rewarding defense right now because we shipped the all-offense guy out already.
An unbelievable take.
Give him that,
incredible. I'd never thought of that before.
Okay, so where do you now you thought about it? How do you feel about it? Do you think there's something there?
Absolutely.
Wow.
Absolutely. Now, doesn't hit you in the face like a Draymond Green punch.
Right.
But it's one of those things you're like, come to think about it.
Damn.
Yeah, it is true.
But then what about those three young guys who I was fond of? Isn't that too soon for them to be doing other people's math about, or Jordan Poole got paid?
Do you know anything about the NBA?
I know, I'm asking, because you always talk about
everybody. The only thing Kuminga and Wiseman and Moody and any first-round pick cares about is the second contract. That's the most important contract. That's why Kuminga is pulling his hair out. That's why Wiseman is like, I got to play. Because they're getting to the point where they need to get paid or need to show that they're good enough to get paid. And what Brian Geltzeiler is saying is, I know it's easy to say this now, but that's the truth. It's like, wow, this is really ringing a bell, is why did Poole get more than Wiggins when the company line was, Wiggins is second best player on that championship team.
Well,
two-way Wiggs. Like, I didn't think of it at the time, but he's right. They paid a one-way player more money than not only a two-way player, but the 2-year player who you acknowledged was the second best player of your team, who, by the way, was in his prime. Now, you got it. Now, you got him to take a discount, so maybe that has something to do with it.
I believe that has a lot to do with it,
but it doesn't matter.
Because we were calling him K-Wig just the year before,
But it doesn't matter because all Kuminga sees is Poole got a bag.
Wow. Now, that was a hell of a point.
Jordan Poole got a bag, and he doesn't defend. So I get what I get what he's saying about the three young guys. Moody's not a young guy. Moody, to me, he's a veteran. Like, he's young, but he has I don't put him into the category like that. But Wiseman and Kuminga, I mean, both those guys are getting to the point where it's going to be decision time for their team. How much do you want to pay them? It's just a fascinating point that Brian Geltzeiler brought up.
No, I'm just fascinated with all of it, but the roadblock that is Draymond Green for Jonathan Kuminga. Like, I know he's keeping his ear to the street about, and I don't know if he's in the know, Steiny, but damn, that does outright affect, I believe, you believe, how much what his job duties will entail and how much he's on the floor if Dre were to dip.
What I'm thinking about is Kuminga, and look, I don't know anything about Kuminga. I'm assuming he's a good guy. But even if I'm Jonathan Kuminga, I'm saying, wait a minute. You gave Jordan Poole $30 million a year. The guy can't guard his shadow. But I'm the guy who's got to pick up full court. I can only get on the court Unless if I play defense.
Well,
Jordan Poole doesn't play defense, and he got a bag.
But Steiny, his offense looked above average, too. It wasn't just because I'm going to read this from the 925. Weak take, all caps. So when they signed Curry, did that send a message to the team that they were just offense?
Which time?
They didn't specify.
They got a bargain on Curry, his first contract.
40, yeah.
By the time they signed his second contract, he was a great player.
Yeah, he was a god.
So I wouldn't compare Jordan Poole's first big bag.
Yeah, no, I'm not.
Okay.
I'm just telling you, I would tell Kuminga, hey, man, this ain't just bologna sandwiches, what Jordan Poole did last season with his off, even though he's one-dimensional. Damn, Steiny, the dude can do a lot. And I know you guys don't care, but Evan, I don't know if you heard Paul George and Doc Rivers' son talk about what they think of Jordan Poole's offense. We didn't see it in the playoffs, but Steiny, the dude, he was down the street of, I got a repertoire, man. Watch out. And that's why I feel like he earned that money, even with his lack of defense. But it all evaporated.
Well, do you guys think then when you hear Kuminga say, hey, I got to be more like Looney, like are you actually taking that at face value, or is that just what he's saying because it seems like that's what the coaches want to hear?
No, regardless, Evan, if for whatever reason,
Looney.
He's saying no, get improving rebound.
No, but Looney's making $8 million, $7 million a year. Poole's
which is
making
what Kuminga.
30.
Yeah, Kuminga's making 7.
That's a wow.
I'd be making more.
Yeah.
Man,
Omar.
up against it.
I'll get Omar on the other side. Yeah. Oh, by the way, Kobe had 60 his last game.
Yeah.
Kobe.
How many shots did he take?
Like 100.
Not quite half.
Not 5.
52.
Not 6. Not 7.
According to the Comcast Business text line, he took 50 shots that night.
Dude was incredible.
415.
Everybody was in the house. Snoop. Everybody's
How
Steiny.
embarrassing.
Brought him back from double digits
Dude,
in
it was
the
one of the
quarter.
what
It's
if
the
I
most
told you and
embarrassing
Evan,
moments in
I have it
NBA
on my
history.
DVR still.
I'm sure you do.
It's incredible. The dude was.
What did he shoot for
wasn't
50?
Oh, good. It was Steiny. It wasn't good at all. It was. He got to the number.
Well, the only reason you didn't see it is because the Warriors are going for their 73rd win that night. They were on ESPN 1.
I'll never. That's incredible. They were. And Terrence Ross would even smile at Kobe's last game.